Hello, everyone. Welcome. We did it. We are live. Welcome back for a live watch party. We had some false starts going last night. I really wanted to do it last night, but software was messed up. Something I had to do some updates. That didn't work at first, but we're back. We're live. I was gone for a couple weeks. Good to listen to while trying to sleep. Well, thank you, Chris B. We're happy to help you fall asleep. Did you have Taco Bell this week? No, I did not. Should I have pizza night at the LaRusso's? Yeah, it pretty much is. Roundtable asks, how was my vacation? Very chill, very laid back. Sometimes you take a trip that's kind of stressful. You're trying a lot, but that was not the case this time. So definitely very laid back. Just did some reading and stuff, a little writing. Yes, I know. I'm missing it too. I want to try and write and get a video out, hopefully this weekend. So thank you for that, Armando. I do hope. So thank you everyone for coming on in. What's your next video? Maybe why we need Cobra Kai. It's going to be a little bit of a reflection. Hopefully I have it out this weekend. So let's see. Yeah, we got just a few people in. It's probably good. What's good? What's good? Not sure. Let's see here. Daniela, I know you were asking. Silver will do all he can to make sure the bribe plot is not exposed. Buying, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Definitely. And that includes Tori. So that's what I have been saying. Whatever happens, with Tori is, Silver's going to try and get her on his side. No, John. John is NASA Canes fan, but no, I did not go to Miami. Yes, the May 5th. There's a Netflix is hosting, so people don't know. Netflix is hosting a actually here, let me see if let me find it. Here, we'll take a look at it. We'll show you. If I can find it. Come on. Of course, now I gotta go back. I should have just clicked on it. Okay, here we go. Netflix is so Netflix is running this festival, right? It's called Netflix is a Joke. So apparently this is something originally they wanted to do. Here, let's go here. Okay. So Netflix is a Joke. So this is something they wanted to do. Originally, actually, it was in 2020. It was first scheduled for 2020. Obviously, COVID, all that stuff happened. It got canceled. This is now something that had been in the works, for 2 years. Been delayed for 2 years. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for coming in. Melissa is one of the most dedicated Cobra Kai fans out there. Watches so many of the YouTube videos and everything, and so thank you. But anyway, so they're running this here, like Netflix is a Joke, and this is like a comedy thing. I guess its first primary purpose is like to feature their comedians. Netflix has a lot of like comedians and comedy specials, so it's like partially like a comedy thing, but they're throwing in other shows too and stuff. And Cobra Kai is one of them. So just look at some of like this stuff. Seth Rogen, Table Read Seinfeld. I don't know why you would want to do that. Like if you look at the tickets, like I looked on this earlier, and it's like 100 for this seat is $135. Like you're gonna pay 135 100 or more. This here is 260 up here. You pay all that just to see Seth Rogen read a script of Seinfeld? I don't know, man. Like that's not for me. Like, I don't know. Apparently other people are willing to pay that. Like, I think Seth Rogen's a little overrated. But anyway, to the point, like it's a bunch of these random things, right? So they're doing all this random stuff. And in that is right here, Cobra Kai live and bad. So they have a Cobra Kai thing. Their stock share is a joke. It's not that much of a joke. I could go on for a while about that, but let's not go with it. Chosen Vader, hello. Yeah, right. You wouldn't watch Seth Rogen even if they paid me. Yeah, I mean I wouldn't. To read a script, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, why not have Jerry Seinfeld read a script this time? Like, why are you getting Seth Rogen? It's so weird. Anyway, so they have this Cobra Kai thing. It's got almost all the whole cast, so that's cool. Like the cast is going to be there. Josh, Hayden, John Hurwitz are going to be there. Looks like Brett Ernst and Dan Hoot. That's this is Louie, cousin Louie, and Anush. So Anush is here. So Griffin is in there. Yeah, we got most of the cast. They also have Zach Bierenberg and Leo Robinson, the composers. And so, like, and what is it? The live musical performances. This is what they're going to have. Exclusive conversations with the cast. Okay. Exclusive conversations with the cast. Well, what does that mean? I don't know. Like there's interviews all over the place. Is there going to be anything new said? Probably not. But, live musical performance. That sounds cool. Live musical performance. That's probably going to be Zach and Leo. They've done this before. They did this after season 2. Zach and Leo made some performance, live performance of like this music, the soundtrack. So they're going to do that again. At least some. That was like a concert just for that. This is like a few things incorporated into this broader whatever. Watch Party fan page. Hey, thank you for coming in. And fan photo ops. Like, what does that mean? Like, but your head jumps to, pictures with the cast or something. That's what people want, but that's not what it says. That's kind of weird. And surprises. Yeah, and they said there's going to be some sort of season 5 tease. Well, what it is, we don't know. But so tickets. Hey, Teddy. Thank you. Haven't seen you in a while. So something season 5, costumes encouraged. The tickets are like, see, this is like weird. Like if you click on here, you get the more expensive ones. They range from like 65 to 100, 200. But it's not gonna show up on this. But and then that's right. But it's a lot of money. Like, I mean, to pay, and like to hear the cast answer questions they've already asked 10 times. The musical performance, I don't know. It's questionable. Like if I would want to spend the money for that. Fan photo ops. What does that mean? They don't say pictures with the cast. Fan photo ops. Melissa wants to know if Sean comes back, would he join Kenny? Possibly, but Sean may not be back. We'll see. Hector's busy, and I think they may want to keep the story focused on Kenny. I feel like they may want to keep the story focused on Kenny. So, Sean's there. They'll incorporate him somehow, but we'll see what happens. I'm being smoke weed. Okay. That's the purpose of Watch Party's Friday night live stream for you to go smoke weed. Let's let's see. Just looking through here. If Julie Pierce and Mike Barnes appear in season 5, so happy you'll be happy because they always want to surprise the fans. Yes, they do want to surprise the fans. I don't know if Julie Pierce will show up, but Mike Barnes almost certainly will. You don't want to pay money to hear the cast say season 5 is badass and unpredictable again. Yeah, I mean, the problem is, you don't really get any unique questions. It's just questions that have been asked and answered so many times before. So it's just like if you're not someone who watches interviews and stuff, yeah, I mean, I it could be a lot of fun. I get it. For the purposes of this channel, I do watch a lot of the interviews. I'm not someone who normally likes watching interviews like with cast members of a show, but I do watch them, and it is mostly the same questions all over again every time. So, yeah, go ahead, fan page. And you don't have to binge. Just do a couple episodes a day, and you got time till season 5. So go ahead, do a rewatch. Asthma, I don't know what you mean. Robbie and Sam make some shocking things. I don't know. Robin Lively, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how they work the character in. You know what, Roundtable? I mean, I would say at least there's a possibility the season 5 surprise at this event could be Mike Barnes, and Sean Kanan could come out on stage. It'd be a dramatic way to introduce him, rather than even dropping a teaser. Like have something and then Sean Kanan comes out. So I would actually say, it's a possibility. Sean Kanan. Julie Pierce trailer. Yeah. I don't think you're going to get Julie Pierce in this season. So yeah, it's same questions as, it's always the same questions asked. It's just, I don't know how it is. They always ask the same questions, and it's why, like, I don't know, like I would almost consider going to this, but is it worth it even? Like, to shell out some decent money, it's like fan photo ops. What is that? To me, that says like they're just going to have a backdrop of the dojo or something, and you can take a picture in front of for Instagram. Like, and if you look, does it say? Hold on. I think it's when I click here. Look at this. What is this? Oh, you can't see it. It says, can you... hold on, no. Artists line up, prices subject to change. What does that mean? Artists line up and prices subject to... I don't know. It's why I'm skeptical. I'm not really into that. But yeah, that's Netflix as a joke. I mean, I'm sure it'll be decent. I suspect strongly that the musical performance will be fun with Zach and Leo, like playing it live. The music live sounds really cool. The other stuff, it's like, well, what do you think? Like, if you think it's cool to go see the cast, by all means. Always time to get it right, Jay. Best character of each season. That's hard. I'll have to think about it. Hey, Mark's here. Mark, since you're here, I made a post about having a member discussion tomorrow evening. So far, the only person who replied was John. I was going to message some of the others, but if you're interested, we could do that. That's for the people who click the join button and become channel members. We try to have a discussion about once a month. And for what it's worth, I agree with what you said. Yeah. I think season 4 starts off really, really strong, has a lot of great moments. But after episode 5, it's just, you can see like they're putting pieces into place, plot, forcing the plot sometimes. I don't necessarily know if it would say it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not as good as the first half. Jay Kisses is on the iPad now. Smart girl. Okay. I did want to just cover briefly the Q&A from John Hurwitz. He did this on Sunday, I guess it was. So we're about a week removed. I don't think he didn't answer a whole lot. So there's not a whole lot, but we'll hit a few of the big ones. Mark, you've been busy at work. Yeah, that's fine. If you can't do Saturday, let me know when you can, or we'll just figure it out. Like I said, the only person who's responded so far has been John. So anyway, here's John Hurwitz Q&A. What can we expect of Robbie and Johnny next season? We get to find out if the hug was a high point or the start of real progress. Probably it's going to be the start. I mean, you think something's going to happen, but with drama along the way, right? So, definitely, I like how it's like really not an answer. It's like he's Q&A. He's like, what can we expect? Well, we can look at how they ended last season and maybe it'll continue or maybe it won't. It's like a way of saying like, maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. Like, yeah. Very helpful Q&A, John Hurwitz. Thank you. Here we go. Harold and Kumar 4. They are the creators of the Harold and Kumar franchise. Maybe the stars will align. I don't know. So that's that if you're into Harold and Kumar. Here's a good. Was so badass. Why was it good? Hard work of the badass cast and crew. Okay, well, I'm not going to deny that. Obviously, it was a great season. I really enjoyed it. But like, if you're looking for information about the show, this isn't extremely helpful. if you're like looking for clues or something about season 5. Hurwitz, yeah, I mean, he's not going to. Sometimes he says a little bit, but questions like that, I mean, like, what are you going to do? So let's go on. Let's see. Shane, congrats on your success. John, happy Easter from Dublin. John is actually Jewish, but that's okay. How capable do you think Silver is of maintaining Chosen down manipulating Chosen down a dark path? So he's basically asking, like, Daniel in Karate Kid 3, can that happen to Chosen? Terry Silver can be very persuasive. We'll have to wait and see. Again, not exactly the most like a revealing line or revealing answer. Obviously, wow, maybe he can. No, I don't think Silver is going to manipulate Chosen. Although it's an interesting theory, just because Chosen used to be the bad guy, but Chosen is now very dedicated to helping Daniel. The honor of it, he wants to repay Daniel. But we'll see. He can be very persuasive. He may be very persuasive with other people, like maybe Tori. Cracking our mornings. I'm happy to crack your mornings there, Asma. What was your first screenwriting directing project? He and Hayden wrote an R-rated comedy called Filthy. They sold it in 2000. Never was made. Harold and Kumar were minor characters, and they wrote, obviously, the Harold and Kumar movie, Go to White Castle. And then they were able to get a directing gig on the sequel, Harold and Kumar 2. So that's just a little about him. He has talked about this before. If you read him or look him up, he's talked about that comedy that they sold and how they got it sold and everything. It's kind of a good story. I think it wasn't originally called Filthy. I think their agent or whoever suggested, why don't you call it just Filthy? Because it's so filthy. Okay. What's your plan for your career after Cobra Kai ends? We do other projects. Yeah, so their company is Counterbalance Entertainment. They have a lot in store inside and out of the Miyagi-verse. So we've been talking about spin-offs for a long time. This is another indirect confirmation of other sorts of spin-offs of Cobra Kai inside and out of the Miyagi, inside the Miyagi-verse. So, and they do have a show lined up with, was it TNT? TBS. TNT? Called, what is it? Obliterated? I think Obliterated. That was greenlit and then delayed because of the pandemic. Don't know what's going on with that, but that's certainly at least something announced. Will Silver persuade Tori to keep her mouth shut about bribing? At least at first, yes. I do think at first that's going to happen. It's a long season, 10 episodes, but definitely at first, I think he'll get Tori on his side. Can we trend Cobra Kai? Can we? Cobra Kai trends. It seems like, especially if you read the Cobra Kai hashtag, Twitter's always having it trending for you. Easter meal, Cadbury cream eggs. I guess I can't fault that. The Cadbury cream eggs are pretty good. Pretty good. Try them if you haven't had them. It's a candy, by the way, if you didn't understand that's a candy. So like, what was your guys' thought process behind casting Neil Patrick Harris? See, he's answering questions about Harold and Kumar, which is fine, but whatever. A typecast actor fit with that theme. At the time, Neil Patrick Harris was known as Doogie Howser. We knew him as an amazing actor, thought he'd be hilarious playing against the type. His performance blew us all away. Well, there you go. Favorite TV shows, past or present? Cobra Kai. Hey, Seinfeld, Breaking Bad, a lot of good stuff here. Sopranos, South Park, Billions. I haven't seen that. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. This is on Amazon Prime. I actually recommend this one. It's on Amazon Prime. Surprisingly good, I think. For like it's an interesting. It's like a premise I wouldn't necessarily watch, but I watched this first during the quarantine and really liked it. They have 4 seasons now. Oops. So I would recommend that one. Jake has never had that candy. You could probably find some on sale now. They're probably on a after Easter discount, so buy them. Don't buy a lot. Like I think like you can't eat too many of them, but if you buy some, they're good. Let go of the rivalry. Sam's trying to let go rivalry with Tori, learning from her loss, redirecting it. Yeah, I definitely think, Sam in season 5 is going to be some mixture of that. I think you're definitely, Daniela, you're on the right track for sure. Lost some momentum. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say if it's lost momentum. It's just, it's moving into different parts of the story and trying to get there, and sometimes getting there is a little bit clunky. That's how I feel. Think of it like this too. If the show has 7 seasons, season 4 was the middle. Like, so it's a lot of times the middle is a little clunky and stuff. So we'll see. What's your favorite rivalry? I'm Daniel and Johnny, I guess. I think Daniel and Johnny are probably my favorite. What is this? Okay, so I think this is something Cholo put up on his Instagram, like his story or something. Recording 400 lines for the Cobra Kai video game, so I had to make sure to take a hot steamer. It appears to be Cholo on the toilet, which is correct. But it also appears like there's a video game coming out. So if you're into the video games, no idea if it's a console game, mobile game, or what, but something's coming. Hey, Michael T. Flex, thank you for coming in. Oh, yeah. Well, in season 2, he's talking about the hype and stuff between seasons. Yeah. Especially because season 2, I think, had the cliffhanger. There was a little bit more hype. And then because it launched on Netflix before season 3 launched, there was this huge wave of like new Cobra Kai fans. So definitely. But yeah, that's definitely true. Cobra Kai is very slow right now. Anything Cobra Kai. So, most underrated Cobra Kai character, Daryl. Daryl, if you don't know, is Blue Mats, the announcer and Valley board member. Yeah, that's a good answer. I mean, he's pretty cool. I would say. Yeah, so that's Blue Mats, most underrated. He's got some he's got some good moments there. In episode 9, like what's Ron doing on my mic? Like he nails that. Like it's some good moments like from his announcing. Like it's very easy to make it kind of dry, right? Like if you look back at like the original Karate Kid movie, like there's an announcer there, but it's very dry. It's very like you forgettable. You don't think about it. Like Daryl, like the way it's written and performed. There's a little bit of like personality to it all. It's karate. Yeah. It's Karate Time guy. He's got like a little bit of personality. Like it actually makes it into something. Like if you compare it to the announcer in the movies, kind of like same job, but that's like intended to be forgettable. Like you're not supposed to remember it. It's just kind of like there. So definitely I would agree with that. Underrated by me too. Are you excited to see Sholo's Blue Beetle? Will it impact him on Cobra Kai? People always ask this, and the answer is always no. Very excited to see him in Blue Beetle. His involvement in that and other projects has no impact on his availability for Cobra Kai. So that's, I've told you this for a long time. Don't worry. It just makes us all happy and proud. Yeah, it won't impact Cobra Kai. They write around it. They schedule around it. His contract probably is, some sort of supremacy clause since he's been on that longer. They get Cobra Kai gets him first if it ever came to that. But actually they tend to work with projects and stuff, so it's very flexible. I was actually amazed how much Annalisa Cochran was in season 4. Yasmin, because she at the same time she was a lead character in another show that was like shooting at the same time. So, they can make it work. Which is great. So it's great. It's great for him. It's great for us, as fans. So, that's getting released in the didn't they change it? It was going to be a HBO Max, and now I think it's getting a theatrical release. So looking forward to it. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Back to you. The season 4 tournament didn't feel significant despite the hype. Wimpy, yeah, if you've watched my videos, I've kind of touched on that some too. Especially watch the Carrie Underwood video. It's really about that tournament. Guys, Danny is going to fight. He was there. Yeah, he was just there. Who's going to binge and watch the show before the live event? Sounds fun. You do it, Jay. I may do it too. A Sensei versus Sensei, no. Not the way the tournaments we have now. There could be more fights. There will be more fights. It's a karate show, but like that, no. Not in the way it is structured. There could be some other tournament, something new. We'll see. Where are we? Two-parter. Are you Arrested Development fan? Related to Mitch Hurwitz. Who created? I'm an Arrested Development fan and fan of Mitch's work in general, but unrelated to any other Hollywood Hurwitzes. Well, good to know. Good to know. Arrested Development is on Netflix. If you've never seen it, it's a pretty good show. It does take a little while to get into it. Like, I will just say that. Like, it's like an acquired taste, but like if you're able to acquire that taste for Arrested Development, it is a lot of fun. It's a good show. So I guess, yeah, that was it. So like we said, really not a whole lot. Honestly, like, just getting confirmation, no, Blue Beetle will not affect Cobra Kai. Everyone keeps thinking it does. I no matter how many times I say, don't worry, people do. So I think that's mostly it. Here he is talking about the Cobra Kai badass. This one. Any update on season 5? Season 5 is fully edited and awesome. Still mixing the second half, working on the score. Loving some of the new musical themes. Release date yet to be announced. But some fun teases at the Netflix is a joke. So there you go. So that's a big one. It's fully edited. Although he says it's fully edited, but then they'll change their mind and change a scene around or something anyway. So they're just finishing up the sound, essentially, is what's going on. The visual editing's done, just getting the sound done, finishing up the score, and mixing it all together. This created some hoopla. Release date yet to be announced. He doesn't mean they have a release date and they're just waiting to. People read into this too much. And I've come to realize, no matter how hard I try to get people not to temper people's expectations and excitement, it doesn't work. Sometimes John is just sitting, he's sitting on his couch on his phone. He's not being very careful. And so he's not like slyly implying the release date is set. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. But like it's not confirmed there's a release date. So it may not still be till December. So hold off. Yeah. I mean, it may not be. It may not be. So don't, hopefully the fall, but we'll see. Um, so let's see. I think that's most of it. Some good fan art from Be Water. Let's Be Water. Which, by the way, he was on my channel. I interviewed him. If you look back past live streams, so I think that's it. This is everyone who's going to be at the event. This is Zach and Leo, the creators, John, Josh, and Hayden, Anush, Louie, and then everyone else. So it's definitely looking like a good lineup. Even Vanessa Rubio is going to be there. Oh, yeah, okay. We don't have Thomasine Griffith. So I guess maybe Thomasine Griffith is unavailable, is what my assumption. But otherwise, yeah, it looks like a great lineup. Conversations with the cast. So come see them answer questions they've answered 10 times before. I'm sorry, that's how I see it. It's like, come see the cast answer questions they've already answered. So who's in the bottom right? This is, I think that's Zach. That's Zach Robinson. These are the show's composers. The guys who make the score. So it's Zach and Leo, and it says, live music. So that's obviously going to be these two. They're probably going to be playing some songs from the score live, which to me sounds like the coolest thing. Like that, so it's like a little bit of a concert, right? It's like a concert, but not all a concert, just a little bit of a concert. Could Daniel meant Amanda? No. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean Amanda in that situation, because Daniel may have taught Amanda, but I don't think Mr. Miyagi ever did. So are you guys talking about Tanner? Tanner is right here. Right here. Melissa, you're probably right. I definitely think Chosen could be instrumental on her path. He wouldn't be referring to himself there. I'm pretty sure. Jacob Bertrand is not. No, I guess he's not. Actually, come to think of it, Peyton's not in there too. Yeah, Peyton and Jacob. Those two always together. No, I don't know. I mean, if they're not there, I guess you could probably just assume, they're unavailable, for whatever reason. Maybe they're shooting something. Maybe they had planned a vacation. Who knows? Sometimes they're unavailable. Age difference. Do you mean regardless of age difference, or considering the age difference? Who would be my best friend? I don't know. Anoush, Louis. I would like to think I got along with Eli Hawk. So yeah, they got a hot date scheduled. No, who knows? Thank you for coming in, Melissa. Let's see, what do we got going on? Age differences aside, yeah, I feel like, Miguel, Hawk, and Dimitri. Like, I think I could have been friends with them in high school. Probably them the most, yeah. I could see myself working with like Louis or Anoush and getting along with them, being friends. Yeah. That's your answer. I'm sitting here looking at Sean's brother, Dallas Dupree Young. Oh man, Kenny. Yeah, I might have been friends with Kenny. I think I could have been friends with Kenny too. Wow, God, guys, I was gone a few weeks. Like, I got to get my brain back on track. I'm sitting here. It's funny. It's so rare I would remember the actor's name and not the character's name. But yeah, Jay. Yeah, those are your answers for your question. Hawk Eli's pretty epic. Yes, he is. Pretty good. I wish I was 100%. And I wish I had been able to do this last night. So we'll see. Hold on. Do you have low expectations for Geeked Week? I don't even, are they even doing it again? Like, I don't even know if they're doing it again, to be honest with you. So, I don't, I can't tell you. But no, I'm not expecting anything. I think, this Cobra Kai Live and Badass may have something at least worth it. There'll be something season 5 there, so we know that. Guys, whatever's floating around, I think that's fan made. It's not an official teaser photo or something. That's a fan made. Don't get confused. I think you're talking about the one, at least Mike posted, Mike P, Cobra Kai Wisdom. That's the one I saw that I assume is the one you're referring to. But I think that's fan made. Yeah. I mean, in regards to Sean, like I said earlier, I think they're gonna want to keep the story focus on Kenny, because he's kind of like worthy emotional part is now, and we're attached to him. Sean may be there. He may play into it somehow. We'll see. But I think the focus now is going to be on Kenny and Anthony. So we'll see how that goes. Daniel's a straight up bully in Cobra Kai. Okay, well, there are definitely a lot of people who agree with you there, Aiden. Certainly, back in season 1, Daniel made some very tough decisions, questionable decisions. So we'll see. Daniel and Johnny butt heads. What can you say? What is Geek Week? Don't even worry about it, Jay. It's just some promotional thing that Netflix ran that ended up being kind of lame, to be honest with you. They had us thinking something was going to drop, and it really didn't, and it was kind of lame, and everyone was annoyed by it. Thank you for coming in, Strike First Media. Yeah, I mean, that happens. I mean, it's okay. You just got to sit back and wait. And frankly, there's no news now anyway. There's nothing. So if there's ever a time where you're just going to just have to wait, now's the time. Yes, at the Netflix Cobra Kai Live and Badass. There will be something season 5 related. I personally think it could even be Mike Barnes. I can see Sean Kanan coming out on stage. That would be certainly dramatic. Maybe. Someone's got to fight, right? Like, someone's got to fight. Johnny Miguel's dad fight, sure. It's changed a little bit. Season 1 was definitely a little bit more from Johnny's point of view. Daniel's been, but the show's written from Johnny's point of view. I think season 1 was a little bit more so from Johnny's point of view, but as it's gone on, it's slowly evened out a little bit more. And I think by season 4, it's a little bit more back and forth, both of them. Kreese meets Dugan, but does Kreese even know who Dugan is? Like, what are you thinking? Why would he know a guy who lives on the other side of the country? What spinoff do you want? We've been talking a lot about Miyagi spinoff. Some sort of Miyagi origin story, Miyagi when he's young. I did a whole live stream with Peter from Cobra Kai Companion about that. If you just look back through my live streams, I may condense those at some point, but put them on their own playlist. But I think a Miyagi spinoff is the best idea, most potential thing I want to see. So let's see. One of the OMFG moments of season 5 will be Kreese joining forces with Daniel and Johnny. Team Miyagi-Do, hands down. What do you think? If something like that happens, it would be at the end of the season. Maybe even at the end of episode 10. It's definitely, I say things are like in the cards because it's such an open book on what direction the show's going to go. So all you can say is like, yes, it's possible events could go in a way that the show will go in that direction. One thing that the creators have said in regards to the show, in fact, they've actually said it a few times now. So a few times now, they've talked about writing season 5 and comparing it to season 4. When they wrote season 5, it was very open-ended. Like season 4, they knew who was going to win the tournament. They knew Miguel was like going to leave for Mexico. They knew all these things. It was very specific. They knew exactly what was going to happen. Season 5, and they've said many times, it was very open-ended. They had a few ideas, but it was very much let's see what we can, come up with in the story we can put together. So there's a lot of ways this show can go, and that's one of them, but we'll have to wait and see. Now I sound like John, but what can I say? Like, I don't want to say you're absolutely right. All I can say is definitely that's something that could happen. Okay. Do you think Miguel learned some new moves? Maybe getting up to his next prime? Oh, I don't think Miguel has to catch up to anyone. I think they like to make him the best fighter on the show. But learn new moves? Absolutely. Maybe from his father? We'll see. Definitely. But definitely stuff for Miguel to learn. There's always a new move to learn. Devin and Tori will fight Piper 1-on-1. That sounds like 2-on-1. I don't know what you mean. Chosen. No. The thing about Chosen, I mean, it may not be easy, but Chosen is very dedicated into helping Daniel. It's a lot of honor in him. He has so much honor, and he wants to amend for what he did in Karate Kid 2. The creators have said that. So I think Chosen is very dedicated to helping Daniel. We'll see how it goes, but all of them on the same side. Yeah, it could be towards an end of the series thing. We'll see. Which fight are you most looking forward to? I definitely think like a Chosen Terry Silver fight, a Daniel Terry Silver fight, a Mike Barnes Chosen fight, a Mike Barnes Daniel fight, any of those combinations. Any combinations of all those characters definitely is something very much looking forward to. Mexico storyline half this. Yeah, I think I do think it's got to be at least a fair chunk. It's got to be longer than the Okinawa story, which was two episodes. I feel like it's got to be at least longer than that. 3 would be a bare minimum, but likely 4 or 5. Strong craving for rodent. Well, get out in your car, go hit something, and then pull it in and cook it. True. Yeah, Chosen is not perfect. Yeah, and a lot of people want to act like he's an invincible fighter, but like, nah, he's not invincible, but he is certainly very, very good. So let's see what happens with this. Let's see what happens with Chosen. What do you think the kids' season 5 final fight will look like? It'll look like a blur as they're kicking so fast. I really don't know what you're asking. If you're asking like who's fighting who, I honestly I don't know. But they did some crazy stuff. We do know. Justin, I would just like to see them in a big fight of some sign. What would you like to see? I want to see them in a fight. Not against each other per se, but you know, we're here. I want to see more Terry Silver fights. The most ferocious fighter in the history of the sport. Like, give me that. I want to see that. He could be in a lot. Could be in it as early as episode 1. So we'll see. That's a good question. Would Johnny pop the question? I think he could be. He could at some point. I don't know when they'll work that into the show. I don't quite know where they are in their relationship, but I think at some point along the way that'll happen. Yes. How long do you think Kreese will be in jail for? That's a really good question. I just don't know. A while. Half the season, at least. Maybe more. It's gotta be a while for it to mean anything. As longer than, Robbie was. So we'll see. Plus Martin Cove wasn't around for shooting a lot of the season, so do you think there'll ever be maybe? Like, it's hard. Like, I mean, I can't really answer that. But yeah. Yeah, like John said in his the Q&A, was the hug a high point or was it the beginning of something more? That's between Johnny and Robbie, but I think Robbie and Miguel can move on, so to speak. Pressure point versus Duging. Yeah. There's too much cool karate potential going in it. Like, we need we need these fights. I really don't even care as much about the younger cast anymore. Like, I'm one about the fights with Barnes, Chosen, Terry Silver, Daniel, Johnny. Those, I think, are the fights to look forward to. Forget all the other stuff. I mean, do you mean completely new characters not returning? I honestly, I don't care. There's no actor out there I'm like, somebody who's like not connected to the show already, like from Karate Kid, like who's like, oh my God, you got to get this guy in, was it Andrew Garfield? Everyone was all like, I'm happy he's a fan, but like, it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I want to see him in Cobra Kai. I don't care. Do you think there will be Cobra Kai secret team techniques like the Miyagi? Yeah. I think Quicksilver is part of that. but I do think so. So, yeah, I think it will. I think the show on some level is moving away from that. There'll be some, like it's going to be like Robbie and Miguel, right? Like it's not the relationship drama, but it's like the stuff between Robbie and Miguel, and maybe stuff between Tori and Sam, and stuff between Anthony and Kenny. So, there's that teen drama, but it's not necessarily going to be relationship drama. I think she'll go to Terry first, and I think Terry will convince her not to say. So that's how I think it goes early on in the season. I can't tell you what'll happen late season, but I do think like early on in the season, she says something to Silver, especially with Kreese now gone, and Silver works a number on her, so to speak. So. Man, I don't know. Let's at least get a trailer. I don't know. How we doing, everyone? There has to be, there's always drama. There's always drama. There's going to be drama with the teens. It doesn't necessarily have to be like relationship drama and love triangles and love squares and, cheating this. But, there's always going to be drama. No, I think the show is just going to move on. Don't worry about it. I think so. I think it should. So writers are on cocaine. Okay. She's not going to bail him out of jail. She doesn't have any money. She can't do that. She's still only 17. Like, be real. But we'll see. I think Terry Silver gets to her first, though. And that's the thing. He gets to her. He manipulates her against Kreese. So we'll see. We'll see how good Terry Silver really is. Yeah, Matthew, Miguel's dad dying very well could happen. Very well could happen. All right, guys, this was a late night live stream. I am going to end it. We've gone about an hour, just over an hour. Had a good talk about Cobra Kai live and badass. Went over John's Q&A. I think we hit a lot of good stuff. I will be back. We'll do a stream on Sunday. For those channel members, find. I made a post a day ago or something. Please reply to the post because maybe we'll do a talk tomorrow. If not, tell me when you're free, Mark, especially. We can figure something out. I want to be free. I want to chat with all of you. So, and if you want to join, hit the join button. $5 a month and get some special privileges. Get your name in green like Mark has. Silver will give Tori a high paying job. Yeah, I think something like that. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll take care, and I will